Hey, wow, hello, look at me, looking good. Future Josh here. What you're about to watch, I just want to give you a slight disclaimer up front. This is not a very combat or exploration heavy episode ahead of us here. This is very dialogue heavy, but there are some important story beats here. The character will be officially joining Constellation. And then I spend a good amount of time kind of gearing up for the mission ahead of time and kind of poking around New Atlantis. So just so you know, don't expect like a ton of combat or over-the-top action. It's mainly dialogue and just me getting prepped for the upcoming mission in Constellation. So just be aware of that. If it's not your thing, obviously I want you to watch the episode, but if that's not really your thing, then feel free to get on out of here and go watch something actually entertaining. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? But if it is, and you're still kind of on the fence about Starfield and wanting to learn more about it and the story, you're going to have some important story beats here. Just not a ton of action. But the action will be in episode 3, which I'll be recording as soon as I finish this. So thank you and enjoy. Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of this series I'm doing here with Starfield. As I say at the beginning of every episode, I know playing a lot of these single-player RPGs, sometimes when you're alone you could feel a little isolated or lonely. So if you're ever feeling that way, feel free to put on one of these videos and you can consider yourself at this moment to be gaming with a friend. So what are we playing today? I am playing Starfield again. It's kind of the game I'm playing a lot these days. This, and actually when I'm not recording, I'm kind of bouncing to Fallout 4. I've been playing a little bit of that again lately. Kind of sucked me in. But let me know what you're playing down in the comments below. And there's a few things I kind of want to get out of the way real quick. This series that I'm doing here would not be possible if it wasn't for my friend Lena doing these thumbnails for me. And we went through many iterations of them, so there's a lot of people I want to thank, of course. And do I have a list? Of course I have a list. I always have a list. One group in particular I want to thank is all my friends here in my Warhammer group chat that I talk to. Zachariah, Samuel, Nicholas, Joshua, John, Javier, George, Ethan, Eric, Dylan, and Andrew. I know a lot of you guys didn't give input because I know we have like a lot of time differences between us. So a lot of you actually didn't give input on these thumbnails when I was kind of posting them in the group, but I do appreciate all of you that did, and that group as a whole. Thank you very much, John, for adding me to it. It's a fun group of guys, and I love talking about Warhammer with you guys. A lot of great stuff about the old world we're talking about lately. I would also like to thank my my friend Angel for giving me some feedback on the thumbnails as well. He was very, very helpful. Every bit of feedback was really great. And of course, my brother Brian and his lovely wife, Ale, for giving me some feedback, and we kind of all talked a lot between that. And I have a couple other friends that do YouTube that we spoke about it with. So I appreciate all of you guys very much for helping me out. And if you're coming across this somehow and the thumbnail drew you in, please drop down in the comments. Let Lena know that we love her and we appreciate her. So, getting back to it, we are going to hop back into our save where we left off. I believe it's been maybe a week since I filmed the first episode. I plan to do these a little more together, but I believe we were leaving the moon of Kreet, the old United Colonies Xeno warfare base there, and we were a bit over encumbered. So we had given Vasco some items, so we got to remember that when we get to New Atlantis. Ow, hurt my right there on the funny bone. So we are gonna jump back into the game and make that grav jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system and land in the city of New Atlantis. There we are, Wyatt Holiday, flying in the frontier, off to a land and a settled system's worth of adventure and loading screens. So what are you guys playing lately? What is everybody up to? Are we, you guys playing Starfield? You playing, let me make sure my sound is good. Yeah, that's fine. Are you all playing Starfield? You playing anything else? Fallout, Elder Scrolls? I picked up another game that I plan to do a series on this as well. Gaming with a friend. I picked up Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, which I am not the biggest CRPG fan, in the sense that I'm just not very good at them. But I do want to play that one just because I love Warhammer. So, and this reminds me of Warhammer in the sense that it's in space. That's really the only similarity. All right, so we put a little power into our grav jive. It's a very groovy. It grav jives, and we are going to jump to Jemison. It's our first grav jump of this this series. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice.
Starship Frontier. This is United Colonies security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Well, thank you. Let's make that land at the New Atlantis Spaceport. Wyatt being a Freestar settler, I don't think he's ever been here. Oh yeah, baby. It's a shame that when you land somewhere for the first time you get this, like you can see this really cool screen. But every other time I've ever landed at the New Atlantis Spaceport, because I don't fast travel like in games, so I choose to be at the spaceport and then I go wherever I have to go in the city myself. It sucks that you never get to see the ship land again. You can always see it take off, but you never get to see the landing unless you're landing somewhere for the first time. At least to my knowledge, in my experience playing, that's what I've seen. But here we are. Visually speaking, it's the coolest city Bethesda's ever made.
Hey, Vasco! What, no Barrett? Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again?
Your memory is uncanny.
Oh, let's see what he has to say.
And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
Oh, I definitely have some stuff I need to offload for sure. Alright. I'll go through some of these dialogue options for you. Where can I go if I need more crew for my ship?
I would try the viewport. They'll be on your left once you get into the plaza.
Sounds good. And where did you say I could sell things?
The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint.
Alright. I don't... do I need any repairs?
Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
Yep. Figured that might be the
Everything
case.
Looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
I like how he calls this his booth. My man, you don't even have protection from the sun. That's crazy. Alright, but let's do a little trading here at the Trade Authority kiosk. I still need that. I'll need that. These are nice, but I think I'm going to pick up some non-pirate gear as soon as I have an opportunity. Sell 2 eons. Combat knife. That is a lot of rescue axes. Got enough axes there to make the Karazangor jealous. Sell that. Ooh, that's a lot of money for this ammo. 1462. Oh no. I'm gonna miss out on 1 credit, but that's a-okay, or 2 credits. Alright, so we've made a decent little profit margin off that. And I still have plenty of stuff that Vasco
Captain,
has.
Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge. I will accept any and all items.
Yeah. I'll,
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk, right?
This thing has seen better days, hasn't it?
Yeah, probably. Is that UC security? Oh yeah. At a distance, when I saw him, I was like, is that like a Starport worker, like carrying some equipment? I was like, that is really cool. I've never seen that. 200 plus hours. Alas, it was nothing that I thought it was. So let's take a step here into the Starport and take a look around New Atlantis for a little bit. Capital of the United Colonies.
Attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible. For you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's sure possible. We'll just...
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327 HCHA. I was the station administrator. I'll need to report to MAST ASAP for a full debrief. My treatment thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Any authority you had was forfeit the moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate proper evacuation protocols. Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And Mr. Bosch, let me just say how honored I am to meet you. By all accounts, you're the only reason anyone made it out of there alive.
Well, just glad I still remembered my flight basics. It had been a while. So was shooting a gun.
I read all about New Atlantis. So cool! Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an hour? Or that citizens get special discounts? Or that the whole city celebrates when it's your birthday? Mine's June 11th, by the way. My parents took me to Aquila City last year, and it kinda smelled. But I don't smell anything here.
No, yes, no, and I will certainly mark June 11th on my calendar. As for Aquila City, well, the air purifiers here in New Atlantis are state-of-the-art.
Ugh, Aquila City? Oh, don't even get me started on those simpletons.
A little unfair, don't you think? Freestar Rangers helped me out quite a bit a couple years back. Got ambushed by spacers near Narion. They assisted, no questions asked. Even helped with some repairs so I could do an emergency jump home. Good people.
In any event, you all must be exhausted. Just give me a moment to coordinate some details with security. No soliciting. Do I need to call security?
Relax.
I'm really rather busy.
She's rude.
If you'll excuse me.
Does that woman have any idea who I am?
Oh god.
What? No, just go away. Not now.
It's like they made a purposefully ugly character and then gave her a bad personality. Hilarious.
The bartender at Viewpoint would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Well,
May
I don't
help
know.
you?
Let's talk to Bosch here. He seems to... Ricardo Bosch. He seems to be a decent guy.
Guess you caught some of that, huh? The galaxy is at peace and somehow seems more dangerous than ever. Spacers, House Va'ruun, Crimson Fleet, everyone trying to grab their piece. What happened to the early days, huh? When we just float through the stars and dream.
Nobody talks like that. This is not real conversation. The only thing I remotely believe that could have come out of this man's mouth was talking about people grabbing their piece. That's a terrible joke. But let's see. What could we say to him? So you've had run-ins. So you've run into the Crimson Fleet too, huh?
Yep, that I have. Had to dump a load of cargo just last year. Microscopes. Can you believe that? Guess you can sell anything these days. Pirates are a tricky lot. In space, they're all about the hit and run. They jump in, steal your stuff, and get out of there fast. Keep your cool, and you can generally talk your way out of it, so long as you're not too attached to your valuables. Stumble upon them planetside, though, and their trigger fingers get much itchier.
Fair play. But hey, that's humans for you. We can ruin a glass of water.
Ain't that the truth? Well, still, I hold out hope. There are more good people than bad in this galaxy. It's just that the bad are louder.
You can say that again. So, why don't we get a little background on him right now and ask, who are you?
Ricardo Bosch. I was the lead researcher on the station that got attacked.
Nice accent, Ricardo.
It was business as usual until those House Va'ruun crazies swarmed in, spouting their scripture or whatever it was. Even the Marines were overwhelmed. Honestly, I'm just lucky to have made it out of there in one piece. We all are. Now, I just want to get back to work. Where is that woman?
Alright, so let's
You were saying something?
Well, I was until you interrupted me. Let's find out who House Va'ruun is.
Not what. Who. How to describe House Va'ruun? Well, imagine a bunch of colonists who set off into the stars ages ago, disappeared, and then re-emerged as a sort of religious society. Faction, or cult, whatever you want to call them. They believe in some sort of celestial deity called the Great Serpent. Real nightmare fuel kind of stuff. About 100 years back, they picked a fight with pretty much everyone in the settled systems. I guess your school never covered the Serpent's Crusade, huh? We eventually made peace, sort of. Then they just disappeared. They're out there, somewhere. Or so folks assume. The ones that attacked us, they were the hardliners, for sure. You meet those guys, you run. You understand me?
Well, at this level I might have to. Let's get a little background on some spacers.
Really? You must have been hiding under a moon rock your whole life if you've managed to dodge those assholes. They're basically a bunch of space scumbags. Fly around, attack, and rob anyone they see. They're pretty disorganized and easy to fend off until they aren't. They're a different beast than the Crimson Fleet. Generally speaking, pirates want your stuff, so they can occasionally be reasoned with. Spacers, though, they tend to shoot first and ask questions never.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, thank you, Ricardo.
Goodbye.
Let's talk to little Billy. Damn, Billy Katz, dude. What a cool-ass name.
Cup of coffee right about now.
Hi.
She can't do this.
I've never been in a battle before. Everyone kept telling me to keep my eyes closed, but it's kind of hard to do that when you're running. At first, I thought it was ecliptic mercenaries shooting at us, but it wasn't. It was these other people yelling about serpents and stuff.
That's a good question. What does a little boy know about mercenaries?
When it comes to ecliptic, I know everything. It's not like it's a secret. They're mercenaries, so they work for money. And it's like, for enough money, they'll do anything. I've heard a couple of SSNN stories about them. My dad says they're horrible. Like they can pretend they're working for someone and it's official, so they do anything they want.
Let's ask about these serpents.
Yeah, it was like, snakes and serpents will eat you all, rah, the stars will squeeze you, rah, or something like that. I think they need psychiatric help.
The kid might not be wrong. Well, let's give him a little compliment.
Probably. I'm pretty brave. A kid tried to bully me once, and I punched him in the head.
As you do.
Don't take shit from anybody, my mother says. And I don't. Anyway, I'm fine now. I hope my parents don't take too long getting here.
Frickin' little Bobby, man. Sound like he grew up in the hood. Little Bobby Katz is living that street life, it sounds like. Don't take shit from nobody. You gotta love it. Bobby knows the streets.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Sounds good.
We're hiring if you're interested. Ask in the security office.
Oh, no. Alright. Hotel?
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Thanks, bro.
What?
Well, I said thanks. Jeez, man. People need to check their ears. Let's look at some of these. Ooh, NPCs. I understand they're just crowd and whatnot, but man, they are tough to look at. Alright. So as I was saying before we kind of got into dialogue there, I would say visually New Atlantis is probably the most impressive city that Bethesda's ever made. Like, I genuinely really love looking at it. I think the stores look awesome. Just everything is just so cool about it.
Barrett enjoys this establishment. He frequently buys chocolate here, though I have informed him repeatedly. It is likely a significant contributing factor to his being overweight.
Oh, I didn't know he had dialogue for these spots. Doesn't have anything about this place. Well, let's sell off the rest of our gear here at Jemison Mercantile.
If it belongs on your ship, then I'm sure we have it for sale. Hi there! Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look around. I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask.
Alright. Well, Taylor, nice place you got here.
Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now.
Well, let's...
Oh, please, take a look.
I think I should start off and buy some 777 ammo. Or should I wait? Should I check Centaurian Arsenal later? Because I'm not entirely... I might want to get a Razorback eventually. I think that takes 7.5 white hot rounds, so maybe we'll just sell some stuff for now. Let's get rid of some of this ammo. I'll get rid of this Rattler for now. And these 5 Grendels and the Equinox. So I'll keep this Eon. Sell that pirate spacesuit. The tunnel mining pack. Alright.
Appreciate the business.
I think that's everything. We'll want to keep some apparel on. Height, spacesuit, and settlements. You know what? I never play with that. So why don't we just do it for now? I got my Argos Extractor's jumpsuit on. Okay. I wonder if you still get the benefits from having it. God, I forgot that this is just one tough to look at fella. But that's alright.
Cherry is by far the best flavor of Boom Pop.
I don't know about that.
Well, to each their own, I guess, but cherry is my jam.
It's my jam. And here's the Terra Brew.
Although I have attempted an analysis several times, I simply cannot quantify humans' addiction to caffeine.
It seems like a small decision, but they all add up over time, and it's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee. Pick one, get out of the way, and let us get on with our lives.
Yeah, sorry. Sure. Howdy.
That's funny.
Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get you?
Nothing. Just wanted to pop in. So what do we think? Maybe let me know in the comments. Do we want to hide the spacesuit in settlements or no? I kinda like having it visible, but that's just me. It's just like, it's, you know, it's my armor.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the MAST District.
We can. Yeah, you know what? Let's go to MAST first. We'll go to MAST first. And then see about picking up some new weapons from Centaurian Arsenal. And maybe even go to Outland for some new armor. I know Constellation gives us some armor. Or a spacesuit. I just don't know what it's going to look like skill-wise.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing. Or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
The UC are still fighting the colony war. We just need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors. That an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
President Abeyo wants to foster relations, not fracture them. Keep up.
We'll make sure she knows, ma'am.
Good. I'll see you at the 11:30 then.
I certainly hope if you are a diplomat and a functionary, you are not walking around with that disgusting, ugly haircut. That is the worst haircut I can imagine.
You see that scientist out in front of MAST? Staring at trees. Sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
Well, we may have to do that quest and find out. Yeah, I'll definitely need to upgrade my boost pack training before I attempt to try and get around too crazily. Oh, missed my little turn to the lodge there. Alright, so we are about to...
The lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
I wonder if he says other members, if Vasco means himself. 'Cause I don't really consider Vasco a member of Constellation. He's just more like... No more than I consider the Frontier a member of Constellation, right? He's just a robot. He's just a tool. A tool that has a scary aggressive posture when I draw my gun, but still a tool. Well, anyway, I suppose we should get in there, meet the rest of the gang. Well, that's a handy dandy watch. Alright.
Captain Wyatt, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wagers. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah, that's all.
This way, Captain.
Alright, well, let's head on in.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
You know, I really thought Vasco said he messaged you guys. I thought he could really fill you in. But I guess I'll give them a little information here. You know, pirates attacked, and Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
This Walter guy's a little rude, but I don't know if I can blame him. But I'll tell her there was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Don't try and stop me.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Oh, well, I'm gonna ask him, you want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What's expected? And do I get insurance?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Alright, well, let's ask, how much do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Well, then I suppose we better just dive on head first. Alright, I'm in. Tell me what happens next.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your...
Oh, well, thank you for stopping that mid-dialogue. Cool. So, right in here they got a Constellation guide, which permanently reduces fall damage by 5%. We're going to be taking that bad boy. Let's take a look at the stuff she gave us. Did she just give me a pack? It's better at everything except energy resistance, but I'll take it. I think it's a quality jump. She didn't give me the new spacesuit yet. Yeah, I think I get that in a little bit.
Talked to Vladimir recently, face to face, I mean?
I haven't needed to go up there in a bit. Why?
Oh, I just don't know how he does it. Up there all alone for so long.
Some people love that kind of space. Pun intended.
Not bad dialogue. I love a good pun. So, before we advance on, why don't we go introduce ourselves to some other people? Let's talk to...
As much as I love uncovering new questions,
let's talk to Noelle here.
Answers now and then. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming.
Maybe a tad.
Now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
You're certainly nicer than Walter is. So let's... Well, this is actually a pretty good one. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there,
so Mateo,
if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually.
I don't have much time for
Let's head upstairs.
So much to do.
Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago.
You've got to have a line on something.
It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Fine.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Actually, give me 1 second. I'll probably edit out anything else here, but I got to step away for a moment because it is quite hot in here, and I think I'm going to crank on the air. And with the help of movie magic, hopefully I'm back. Sorry, I had to crank my AC on a little bit. I mean, it's always on constantly where I live, but it was just getting very hot in here. So let's continue our little tour of the lodge with Noelle. Damn, is that Walter? Oh gosh. When you play keyboard and mouse, the walk speed is so slow and the run speed is too fast. I prefer to play with a controller, but my controllers don't really work all that well anymore.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
See, man, she's just gunning it. And I can't even get close with this walk speed. But I think I get this bedroom right here.
Okay, this'll be you. common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
So, this is the bedroom you get. Oh, you get a copy of Moby Dick. Is that a note? No, that's a book. Called Nicholas Nickleby. Interesting. Okay, we got a little storage unit. We got a pre-order bonus right there. That's certainly a next level product placement there. So yeah, it's a neat little, cool little space. Maybe not the most exciting player home, but hey, there's a couple other areas in here. I believe this is Andresia's room. Yeah, let's violate everyone's privacy a little bit real quick. I believe she said Mateo's room right here. That looks about right. This is, looks like a storage closet, or former bedroom, now storage closet. This is Sam Coe's room. Pretty. Bat ball, you gotta love it. But yeah, he's got some stuff in here. I believe this is Noelle's room. Oh yeah, this is definitely Noelle's room. I'm sure there's a good joke in there. I'm sure that's like supposed to reference maybe alcohol. I don't know. I'm not a chemist or a science person, but I'm sure there's something hilarious right there. I just don't know what it is. But she's got a lot of science equipment in here. Like with all the ambient noise this electricity would produce, I don't think I could sleep. So yeah, we saw that. Mateo, Noelle's room. Well, I don't want to be crass and say bathroom, so, you know, let's be a little more adult. That's the shitter right there. I believe this is Sarah Morgan's room. And this is Walter's room, I believe. I mean, he's got that nice M there. He's a University of Michigan fan, it would seem. Go Blue. Oh, of course, it's Walter's room. He's got cash in there. Hell yeah. Let's take some of that, buddy. Ooh, a report on Constellation. Huh. So this looks like a Settled Systems news network report about Constellation from the year 2283. So it says, and although Constellation's relevance has been the subject of much debate amongst the new Atlantis intelligentsia, the disappearance of founder Sebastian Banks was a blow most felt the organization couldn't survive. In fact, Constellation's disbanding seemed imminent until member Chloe Bao changed her vote in the 11th hour, thus ensuring the group's continued operation, at least for the time being, as well as her unexpected appointment to the position of chair. Sounded to me like she was just in it for an easy job. But yeah, so that's Walter's room, Sarah's room. So let's go talk to Walter and young Mateo.
Hello there, Vasco.
Greetings, Walter Stroud. How may I assist you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. Just, checking in, seeing how you're doing.
At present, all systems are functioning well within established parameters.
Right. Well then, keep up the good work.
Yes, Walter Stroud. I will.
Let's talk to him.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
Yeah, that was an apology. You can certainly do better.
I am sorry I besmirched your chosen profession and made assumptions about your character. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
You know what? I'll make peace. Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Well, let's go through some of his dialogue here. We'll go with the first one and... Well, no, we'll start from the bottom. Say, what kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Well, do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Oh, man. Yeah, let's ask. You mean, have I seen something like this before?
This? Or anything else? You'll have to forgive me. I don't know you as well as the others here. If you weren't so new to the group, I might already know the answer.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
Oh, let's ask him what his role in Constellation is, then.
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Well, this isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Oh, that's fair.
Goodbye.
Peace out, Boy Scout. I'll have to talk to Noel more in a moment.
Also, you don't have to answer this, but I was wondering something. You don't seem to spend much time at home. How is that not a problem for your wife?
It's true. I am away from home quite a bit. I have been informed that when I am home, I remain preoccupied with Constellation's work, which renders me cantankerous. My wife has therefore decided it is best if I can dedicate my time to our business here for now. For both our sakes.
Okay then. I guess if you're both okay with it.
Oh, hey man.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still.
Well, let's get some.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
Well, that's fair. So, how long have you been working on all of this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
So, that vision I saw, what do you think it was?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
I don't think that was random synapses firing. It means something, but let's ask about Barrett seeing them too.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
Well, then let's say that wasn't random synapses firing. It means something.
Sure. I'm not trying to suggest otherwise. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm just thinking it through. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Fair. So, you seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Well, let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now, nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Well, let's see how would organic resources help with learning about the artifacts?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
Well, that's fair. So what kind of exploration work does Constellation do besides the artifacts?
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet. Stay safe, okay?
Actually, where is this Constellation mission board? Truthfully, I've played this game for hundreds of hours, and I have never really spent any time in the basement. So let's see what we got down here, actually. Whoa. Well, a couple of rare shotguns is never a bad deal. Basic Grendel, less exciting. I'll take a med pack, though. There's actually some good stuff down here. Cooking station, pharmaceutical lab, research lab, industrial workbench. What is this? Spacesuit workbench, and a what? Might be fun to... Oh, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. You gotta love it when you're playing games kind of your own way. And when I first played this game, I was so encapsulated by the mystery of the artifacts that I couldn't. I didn't even bother to check most of this stuff out, if I can be entirely honest. So that's kind of cool. As somebody who's quite familiar with the mission boards, mainly the Trackers Alliance mission boards. That's actually really cool to see a Constellation themed one. I really enjoy that. Let's see what else we got down here. Okay, this has to be probably Cora's room, would be my guess. Didn't even, honestly, I just assumed that she would stay in Sam's room, but this makes perfect sense. Not sure why she has a hammer or a staple gun or a wrench, but you know, more power to you, kid. She's got her own bathroom. Sorry, that's so crude and immature of me. I don't like to say bathroom. She's got her own shitter. Okay, so this is neat. Let's check this Constellation mission board. Let's see what's on here. That's really awesome. That's really, really cool. These, I think, might be really, really fun if you're doing an explorer-themed build. Like, if your main focus is exploration and collecting resources and discovering locations. I think that we may come back to that. We may come back to that. Let me know down in the comments if that's something maybe we should check out. Actually, you know, this whole Gunslinger Freestar Ranger build is like a really fun idea to me, but something about actually doing the exploration in a game themed around it, which I maybe don't do enough of. This is a little courtyard that they've got here. Very nice. Yeah, let me know if we should go in and do that. That might actually be some cool
Lately,
stuff.
I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Let's talk to Mateo.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it? Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Well, thank you. So what brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Well, that's fair. So, did these artifacts all come out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Well, that does sound like humans, honestly. So let's see what Mateo makes of the vision that our character happened to see.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
Well, our character is a universum. I believe he's from the Sanctum Universum. I believe we chose that trait. So let's ask him if he thinks this was a religious experience.
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet.
Fair. Well, if it meant something, I didn't understand it. Or, no, let's say I know it's important. I can feel it. Ooh, some of these are pretty good. Yeah, I know it's important.
It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Fair play.
Take care of yourself.
And
no, everyone here is worth learning from. Yes, even the kid.
well, let's save right now. I will extend this video a little bit longer in a bit. So what you will be seeing is me coming back to this very point with a little bit of movie magic. I'll probably be in another outfit too. And just like that, I am back. See? In the same shirt I was wearing in the first episode. Oh no, does this guy only have 2 shirts? Probably. Maybe it's magic, maybe it's nature, maybe it's Maybelline. So, I don't need to give you a recap, because this is all going to be in the same episode. For me, it's been 24 hours, because I went to a birthday party. For you, it's been 1 second. So, let me just get back to it. Let's go talk to Sarah Morgan and finish up our conversation with everyone at the lodge and continue on to our first mission as a member of Constellation. Let me make this quest active, the old neighborhood. Alright. And do I have any... Oh, I do have a skill point. Gosh, what should we upgrade? Can't do boost pack. Can't do medicine. We can do pistol certification and wellness. Those would be good, increasing our maximum health. But do we want to get a different skill? Scavenging, maybe? Extra credits are always a good time. I don't think we need to focus too much on any other weapon skills. Besides maybe, ballistic weapons, I think will be good. What does this do? Because I do want to get rapid reloading. I think that's gonna be, good for us. Definitely ballistics and pistol to start. I mean, we'll focus on that. Maybe dueling, but I just don't see myself needing that. But I'm gonna have to spend points to get into rapid reloading. Perhaps shotguns. Where is shotgun certificate? Yeah, right next to pistol. That might work too. I just don't want to be too... I don't want to pull too much away from, like, the theme of, like, a big iron ranger. But we definitely will have to come up with some... Well, we'll have to think of something right now. I don't just want to keep a skill point in my pocket. I don't like doing that. So... You know, I'm anticipating needing to buy a few things coming up. So we're going to go with commerce. I think that's a good one. You know, if I can buy for 5% less coming up, because I want to see if I can find a Razorback for this character at Centurion Arsenal before we start this mission with Sarah. And I'm hoping to level up in the midst of it, so I can maybe put a point in pistol certification. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with for now. That may change. You know, I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see how things develop in our story here. Sorry, I keep moving the mic. I'm worried I'm too far from it. Alright, so let's talk to Sarah, and then maybe we go and get some things sold off, because we're holding... Oh yeah, we're holding a little bit of extra weight, and I think a lot of it is resources. So we'll get some extra stuff sold off. Maybe we'll head up to UC distribution after this, after we speak to Sarah.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
You know, let's run through some dialogue real quick. So, we'll ask, what do you know about the artifacts?
Not much. But you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
And so we'll ask, what is Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Well, that's fair. But I wonder how many great universal secrets Constellation has actually unraveled. But maybe she's just speaking about humanity in general. So let's ask, how well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Well, then let's let her know we're ready. We'll say, I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually. But a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Alright, so... Well, now our character's not really from the United Colonies. He's a Freestar Collective settler, so why don't we ask about the UC Vanguard? So we'll say, the UC Vanguard as a question.
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
So let's ask, other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
Well, then let's now, how do we want to speak? What is the spirit of this character? Does he like the United Colonies? Does he hate the United Colonies? Is he indifferent? Or is he maybe just curious? Is he just driven by knowledge? Let's just say, have to admit, I'm excited. My first mission.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something.
Truly.
But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Got it. You and me until we get the artifact. Oh. Sorry. I just woke up, so my voice is not great right now. So let's kind of ask something that's in the spirit of what I was saying all the first episode. What do I get out of this anyways? Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Alright. Got it. You and me until we get the artifact.
We'll need to head to MAST. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, Whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
She's like saying every member of Constellation is their own conscience as she's giving you the most insane evil stare you've ever seen.
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us,
that's not true.
It means you're committed to our mission.
That's not true at all.
In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Well, let's just say understood.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Yeah, I need to... Gosh, man, that voice is crackling. I definitely need to hit Centaurian Arsenal. Should we talk to Vasco? We'll come back here and talk to Vasco in a bit. He's gonna talk to me about outpost development, and I just don't feel like discussing that right now. Now, did Sarah give me a new spacesuit? She did not. Well, that sucks.
We need to talk to John Tuala in MAST.
Okay.
So long.
So, as I was saying, when she was talking about how not everybody's been on the right side of society and all that, dude, Constellation is nothing but do-gooders. That's all they are. And everybody has the same exact opinions on nearly everything. I was hoping, you know, like in the pre-release stuff when they were giving you info about the companions and Sarah Morgan and Barrett and Sam and all that, I figured Sarah as the leader would kind of be like a neutral party. You know, anything to get the mission done, kinda. I figured Barrett would... I didn't really have an idea on Barrett. Sam, I think I had read somewhere that he was once a Freestar Ranger, so I figured he'd be like your good guy. And Andresia being the mysterious one, I thought she would kind of be like your evil character, or at least you're more chaotically aligned. But no, there's nothing like that. They all have the same exact good opinions on everything. So let's look about getting us a new pistol.
You know, just by walking through that door, you've shown you make good decisions. I like that about you.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to Centaurian Arsenal. It is my absolute pleasure to assist you with any purchases or questions you may have. All sales are final, but that won't matter because you will undoubtedly be pleased with your purchase. You have my word.
Alright, well, let's see what she's got for sale.
I'm sure we can find something that suits you.
I would like to have a Razorback, if she's got one. Oh, Side Star looks pretty nice. Yeah, it doesn't look like she has, what do they call it? Oh, it's got a long barrel and a reflex sight. I like that. Reflex sight is my favorite sight for weapons that I'm not like actively using to snipe. This Side Star might be good though. 27 caliber rounds. You know what? Let's sell what we can first. 7.7 caseless. Let's just sell it all. Screw it. Weapons. I'll sell my Eon. Sell this frag grenade and the frag mine. So let's buy us that modified Side Star. And some 27 caliber rounds. Whew, that's a lot of money, but that's alright. Cool. Oh yeah, that's a sweet little weapon right there.
Any clue how irresponsible you're acting right now?
Oh, exceedingly, but I don't mind. Alright, cool. We got us a... Wow, my phone is like really going off right now. Makes me feel like I'm something resembling being popular. So, let's take a little, this video is already going to be quite long, so let's save a little time, take the nat, and we're going to head to the commercial district and stop at UC Distribution. Maybe I can, pick up a, another little bit of, 27 rounds. I'm actually surprised I was able to hear my phone going off with these headphones on.
It took years to get it looking just like this.
Whatever you say.
I know, you think this is a joke of a job. But keeping the grounds immaculate, you can take pride in it.
Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at it.
These greens are the heart of the commercial district. And if it's clean, if it's thriving, so is New Atlantis.
I'm just here for the paycheck.
You'll come around. You'll see.
I'm not entirely sure what you're raking.
Not many people take the time to say hello to folk like us.
Great.
Oh, you can say that again.
I'm a gardener now. At least it's a job.
Hey man, work is work. So yeah, let's hit UC Distribution and get ourselves moving.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told
funny how that
we'll be
always
up and running
works.
in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
I just want to complain about the system being down, that's all.
I hope we have what you need.
Let's look at... Ah, she does have some 27 caliber rounds. Whew, that is a lot of money I just burned through. Well, I'm just gonna sell all of these resources. Wow, my phone is just really going wonky. I hope everything's okay. I'll sell that pirate raiding pack. I have any miscellaneous things to sell? Oh yeah. So I picked all these stupid things up. And they're just worth absolutely nothing. I picked them up because the value would say like 200, 300 credits, and you just sell them for nothing. Let me sell some of this extra stuff off here. Yeah, why not? I'll sell this for now. Hey, we completed commerce. That's nice. We'll just keep some of these medical things like bandages, antibiotics, heal paste, and the med packs.
Back to it then.
What are we carrying now? Okay, our carry weight has dropped significantly. Well, the amount of mass our characters are carrying has dropped significantly, which is good. If I remember this quest well enough, there's a lot to there's a good bit of punching and kicking that's about to go down. So should I stop and pick up an outfit at Outland? Do I even have the money for that? No, we really don't have anything for Outland. We don't got that Outland money right now. We got that inland money. Okay, so let's go see Commander John Tuala at MAST. Oh, hey, this is a fun little scene we have coming up here. But I am going to make a quick cut so I can grab my phone and check why it's going all crazy. And I'm back. Sorry, my Fortunately, nothing bad was happening. My phone was just going off because good old Sarah was messaging me. And I'm sure she may be watching this. So hello, I just responded to your messages. Gosh, that is a woman that just she holds my heart in her hand, truly.
I do. Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC's made of. Supra et Ultra.
You gotta love it.
You look like you know how to handle yourself. Know how to fly. Vanguard might well have a place for you.
Not a good pilot, dude. Trust me. Let's see what these cats have to say.
Vanguard calls.
That it does.
Unless you're my new commander, it's going to have to wait.
Oh, I mean, I might be. You have no idea.
Techs better be quick with my ship. Got a mission I need to see to.
Alright, easy there, Rook.
Sure, anyone can join the Vanguard. What they don't tell you is the test to get in's a nightmare.
Doubt it.
UC's paying my bills now.
Typical government worker. Sarah, I see that you have sent me a voice message. I will have to check it in a moment. I apologize, dear.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. MAST finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
No way. Inefficient government body? So let's go see the Vanguard. I gotta say, on my main character, my initial playthrough, I played the Vanguard storyline, and I absolutely loved it. When it comes to Starfield, I'm a UC man to the core. I highly recommend everybody try it at least once. It's so fun.
Good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Yeah, I like how we're clearly here on other business, but this dude's still trying to just make his quota. But why don't we ask, what's the Vanguard?
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
Did they just call me a foreigner? You gotta love it. But let's just say maybe later. We have Constellation business to discuss first.
Alright. Can't blame me for trying, right?
Oh, I can.
I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
You know, when they say he's Martian, you know, his name is Moaro Taro. He's a Hispanic character, which I like, but I think they missed an opportunity. His name should have been Marvin. Marvin the Martian. So let's ask, wait, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
That's fair. I can understand that. So let's say, who's this Moera?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty intense. So if he's on patrol, he could be putting our item at risk.
What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
Bro, truly.
I'm sure you two can handle it.
Truly.
Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Well, did Moira say where he found this ornament of his?
You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap.
Nice.
Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
It's actually not bad. This guy's making me want to join up all over again. Let's see. So, anything you could tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Well, thank you for all your help then, John.
Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
My God, man. Be easy. So, let's get on over here. We'll have a chit-chat about our Constellation business.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Okay, so there's no, like,
Maybe another
special
time.
dialogue. Alright, let's head back to, the lodge real quick and go grab Vasco. I'm gonna have to go through his outpost dialogue eventually, but I believe one of Vasco's companion abilities is that he can boost the shield strength of your ship, and I'm gonna want that, especially since the Frontier as a ship just sucks. I love it. I love the Frontier. I do. I've had a lot of fun hours in that ship, but it's not good, especially at this point in the game. You know, we're definitely expecting some space combat here, so Vasco boosting the shields in any capacity is going to be very welcome.
Look at this place. It's just as we left it. You know, I've often wondered who keeps the lodge so meticulously clean.
Jeez, man, between that and her, it's definitely not going to be fine, Quote. We got Sarah over here, damn, breaking the fourth wall. Deadpool.
I am at your service, Captain.
Oh, thank you, Vasco.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your
Yeah,
service.
see, shield
No
systems.
additional protocols necessary.
And EM weapon systems.
Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Well, let's just say for now that we need him on the crew. We can delve into Vasco's dialogue a little bit later. It's not a lot of depth to him, being that he's a robot.
Captain Wyatt, I will
love that.
proceed to my assigned post.
So we will send him to the Frontier. And we will assign Sarah to the Frontier as well for her astrodynamics skill. That's very, very good since she's got that rank 4. That's really, really awesome. Does he have any unique dialogue about the Sol system?
Hi.
No.
Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
You know what? While we're here, let's actually ask him about outpost development. I think that starts a quest. We don't have to pursue it, but if it's something that you all want to pursue, I've never done it in this game, but I'm happy to try it if that's what the people demand.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Alright, let's ask, how do I know if a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
That's fair. So what kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Well, sounds useful. I'll try that next time I touch down on a planet. Maybe.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
That I didn't know. That's actually cool.
Goodbye.
That's actually cool. So that actually might be worth trying out. Maybe not on this character. No, we do have a few things though that I actually may want to sell just because I need some cash right now. I'm not saying we won't do any outpost development or any of the more exploration type things or more Constellation themed missions on this character. Maybe we'll save that for an explorer build in the future. I leave that up to all of you. But I should probably should have saved some of that food from earlier. So I'm not wounded enough to warrant healing. Maybe we'll just stop at Reliant Medical. Get some of the dialogue with the doctor out of the way. That way we don't have to deal with it later on. So we'll just get that out of the way. That way we don't have to go through all his dialogue every time. And we'll just pay like the 200 credits or whatever it costs to heal. I think we can spare anything really under 1,000 credits at this moment. Hopefully it won't be too much. I don't remember the exact number.
Should you find yourself in need, medical supplies are available for purchase at, if I may say, very competitive prices. Welcome to Reliant. If you're in need of medical assistance or require supplies, I am sure we can accommodate you.
Alright. I need help, Doc.
So, what brings you in today? Alright, little patching up, you'll be all set.
400 credits, my gosh. Whatever.
Some good old-fashioned stitching, and you'll be set.
Sheesh.
Good as new.
That's a little over the top.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Let's see about getting some medical supplies here. How much is a med pack? That was cheaper than a med pack, so I guess we saved 98 credits there, but my gosh. That's crazy.
May you remain in good health.
That's still 498, even with our 5% discount on within regards to our commerce skill. That is pretty nuts. So let's hit the Nat station. I know there's one a little closer. I just kind of like going through this area. I never get sick of New Atlantis. The setting here, I think it's really just the coolest settlement Bethesda's ever made. And of course that's my opinion. With the city like being high up on the cliffs like that, it really reminds me of Solitude in Skyrim, like when you're kind of walking up that natural pathway and you can kind of see the city in the distance. Oh, it's just stunning. That's how I feel from the New Atlantis spaceport when you look up and you see MAST and you see the Gal Bank building and all that. It's really cool. The one thing I do have a concern about, you see all these NPCs, right? Now, let's just assume, right, these are individuals living in the world, living in New Atlantis, people that have apartments, homes, what have you. Did they all serve in the military in some capacity to get that UC citizenship? I wonder about that. Or do they, or do they just, I mean, are they renters? I'd like to know how that works. Can you do things other than serve in the military? I mean, I think I read somewhere that you can do something other than military to get your UC citizenship, like working for MAST, like maybe being a functionary or diplomat, something like that. I don't exactly
I've flown
know.
across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the nat.
Oh, the loading screens get to you too. Happens to the best of us. They put an epilepsy warning up for that kind of stuff, Sarah, so don't worry. Alright.
Whoa! What the hell are you firing at?
Did not mean to do that. My bad, y'all. Good thing nobody reacts to these things. I'd like to see just one of these games where there's like a sense of realism. Like you fire a gun like that and like cops will come up to you and like arrest you. Let's stop and get some 27 rounds from her.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not seeing something on display. Oh, please, take a look.
Hopefully she's got some. Oh, she's got 127 caliber. Oh god, that's so much money. I probably don't need this many rounds this early in the game, but I'm gonna sell just everything the Frontier has. I know there's like people that like outpost building in this game, and I've seen some really cool stuff, outpost building and shipbuilding stuff online. Outpost builders are just looking at me selling all that stuff, going, why? But hey, what are you gonna do? Should we stop and pick up any kind of gigs while we're here? We'll see if there's maybe a hauling job or a transport job to Sidonia. Deliver specialty crops, transport miners to Gagarin in the Alpha Centauri system. I mean, that's where we're at right now. I've never done a passenger run mission. I've only ever done, you know, pirate bounties and ship bounties. So why don't we try transport miners to Gagarin? It's 920 credits. It's not too crazy. I think we can afford that little distraction. Pay for all this ammo I'm buying that I don't actually need. So yeah, let's try it out. We'll set that as the active mission for now, since it's in system. It's in Alpha Centauri, I believe. Yeah, target system Alpha Centauri. So yeah, we should be pretty good there. Let's what do we got here at the viewport? I've actually never really talked to any of them, but I think Sarah's gonna say hi.
Sarah Morgan! You know, I was just mentioning you to someone.
Oh, not this again, Nissa. I'm fine. I really am.
I'm just saying. None of those rocks you spent time digging up are going to keep you warm at night. I'm just looking out for you.
I'm warm enough, but thank you.
Hope life is treating you well.
What if
Let
they're
me know if I can get you anything.
What if they're magma rocks? Do we have anybody interesting here at the viewport?
Okay, hello.
Yeah, there's a couple interesting characters. Oh, an outpost security chief might be. Maybe that's a sign we need to start doing some outpost building. That actually might be worth looking into. This is actually a pretty neat character, Marika Boros here. She's pretty interesting for a side character. That's a neat looking fella. Let's talk to him.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it?
I like it. Where'd you get that suit anyway?
I guess you could say I've always had it. Once you've been all over, like I have, you might find yourself in something like this too.
Well, it is an impressive suit, if a little intimidating.
Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier.
No. I'm guessing you're a mercenary then? Or, military?
Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah. And a few more. I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants.
Yeah, that's fair.
Things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all.
There's a whole philosophy behind that sentence, isn't there?
Well, you're on to me.
Well, I would say that's pretty bleak. You know, plenty of people are out there helping each other, right? I mean, take our Vanguard friends, for example, and the Rangers our friend plans to join.
Of course. That's what makes the reality so tragic. Wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here.
No.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
That's fair. Can we talk to him again?
I'll see you around.
Is that all he says?
I go all over the settled systems. Might run into you again.
Fair play. Hopefully. You have a cool voice. So, let's get to the frontier and tackle our little transport mission, taking these miners to Gagarin. I don't think I've been there. All my time exploring in this game, I don't think I've been to Gagarin, so it'll be interesting to see where it is, what it is. Whoa! How'd she get up here? Alright, Vasco.
Hello.
Let's get up in the old frontier here and blast off.
Good to be back on board.
Oh, are these the miners?
Seeing the stars from space always gives me goosebumps. Seeing the stars from
That's
space
all she says?
gives me goosebumps.
What about you?
Nice ride. My head's pounding. Recycled air on ships always gets to me. Nice ride.
Okay. So yeah. Sorry to extend this video far past what... Why does that look so low res? Let's check my... I don't understand what a lot of this means, if I can be quite honest. So... I just know that when it says high, that means it's good. But this door looks strangely low res to me. It looks like something, looks like some Morrowind graphics right there. So let's bounce on out of New Atlantis here, get these miners to Gagarin, and then grav jump off to Sidonia. I think that will be a good time. I know there hasn't been a lot of action in this episode.
Orbital pattern locked in.
Oh, that looks just awful. Look at how ugly. Dude, you can see the equator of that fucking planet. My gosh. That is terrible. That is truly awful. So where is Gagarin at? Oh, it's a planet here. So let's fly on out there.
You're entering United Colonies space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Gosh, this one. Hey, we got another level up.
Scan complete. Welcome to Gagarin. You're cleared to land.
Cool. Let's stop here at Gagarin landing. Drop these miners off, and maybe we'll see about coming back here at some other point.
Beginning landing cycle.
Now, how does this work? Is the mission just automatically completed? Do I need to talk to them?
We're here. Thanks.
Okay, so... do I have to talk to somebody now? Not really. Oh, okay, so they get off the ship and then it's game blouses.
Hey. Captain Wyatt.
Hi there.
Hello. I am satisfied
Okay,
to
so
see
that's
that
pretty
you
easy.
survived
Wow.
your most recent sleep cycle.
This looks really cool. Huh. Interesting. I'll probably come back and check this place out one day. That's actually really fun. That's really awesome. So, let's head back into space then.
Lifting off now.
Well, that
Looks
was
peaceful
interesting.
here, doesn't it?
Oh, hey, did the planet finally render? Look at that. Looks a lot better now. I know this was, I'm going to call this one right here. I know this is quite a long episode, and an episode not full of much action, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to get right to work doing episode 3. That way we can jump right into it and get a little action when our character, Wyatt here, joins Sarah Morgan in the Sol system to look for Vanguard Moara Otero. Hopefully we can find ourselves an artifact and continue on with what I believe to be a very fun and exciting quest line. And we'll have to decide moving forward what we want to do with some of these extra skill points and when we want to go about joining the Freestar Rangers. Are we going to want to take a companion? Are we going to want to take Sam Coe? Are we going to want to go there immediately and maybe do that quest line and kind of shelve the Constellation missions for now? Or do we want to wait to go to Aquila with Sam Coe and do some of that stuff and get a little further in-game, maybe level up a bit before doing the quest line? I don't know too much about the Freestar Rangers quest line. I've never done it. I know a little bit about it, so I don't know if it's pretty hard. If we want to wait till we level up a little bit, maybe just let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying this, you know, maybe subscribe. Maybe leave me a like here, and if you're not liking it, you know, leave me a dislike. Let me know what you don't like. And again, please drop down in the comments and let Lena know that we appreciate her work with the thumbnails. And even if you don't like or subscribe to this video, I'm just so glad that you're here watching it with me today. Thank you, and I will see you next time in Starfield.